Hello again. We're back with another tutorial, and I'm doing a tutorial for you guys that is, this one's kind of hard for me. So we're going to kind of do this together. So what we're going to do, and I know y'all have seen these all over the place, and there's a million tutorials out there for this design, but we're gonna do this together. I try this every year. I've never gotten it to turn out right, so we're gonna try it this year. So we've got I've got a cut painted white here, and this is just a 20-ounce tumbler from the Stainless Depot, and I will have there's a discount code below, and I believe the discount code is for first-time customers only. I'm not sure. And then we are going to do a plaid, like I said, a plaid glitter. So with doing a plaid full glitter tumbler, you have to do some mixtures of glitters. So, and y'all ignore this mess I have going on up here. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. So you want a dark color, and then you want a color that's like a mixture of your dark and your light. So you want a dark color, a light color, and then a mixture, and you're going to use all three. So our dark color is going to be Blueberry Field from PDB, and it's just kind of a darkish blue color, and I'm doing a blue plaid, just in case you didn't get that. Our lightest color is going to be Magnolia Blossom. This is my absolute favorite, like off-white color from PDB. So it's absolutely gorgeous. I use it on everything. I have like 3 bottles of this just because I use so much of it. And it's just a really pretty, like creamy, nude-ish color. It's really pretty. And my mixture, so what you're going to do is for your mixture, you're just going to mix your darkest and your lightest color. So you just mix them in a little medicine cup, and you're good to go. I didn't do that. I have a mixture. I did this tumbler, and when I put the glitter on this tumbler, I let all the glitter fall, and I'm using that. So it's a mixture of all these glitters. And there is Blueberry Field and there's no Magnolia Blossom in this, but there is Blueberry Field in this. So the Blueberry Field is going to be this blue right here. So technically I kind of have a little bit of a mixture, and I may add some of the Magnolia Blossom, but it's a really pretty color that I came up with. And it's a good mixture of a blue and a white. So we are going to start out. First, you have to tape your cup. So I actually, y'all, found my own tutorial and wrote down the instructions, because these are, again, when you get the hang of them, they're easy to do, but until you get the hang of it, it's kind of a pain. So not a pain, but it's tedious. So I felt like playing with glitter today. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your tumbler, and you are going to stripe vertical. So I think that's vertical. Anyways, you're going to stripe. You're going to put 4, one on each side. The easiest way to do this, and I've got to take the, actually, no, I can do it this way. Yeah, I think this is the easiest way to do this. I was debating whether I wanted to start at the top or the bottom. So I'm going to hide myself here. So you want to take your, and I'm just using like 1-inch painter's tape. You can use electrical tape, whatever you want. I'm just taking a long strip, and I don't care if it's too long because I can cut it off. And I'm going to go down the middle. I gotta stand up. I'm going to go down the middle of this tumbler. I'm going to get as close to the center as I can. And then just go straight down. Like that. So that's how we're going to do that. And then you're going to do the same thing going this way. If it's a little bit off, it's not that big of a deal, but you don't want it completely, like, there, I got a quarter on my desk apparently. You don't want it completely off, but you kind of just want that cross there in the middle. And then again, straight down, and I'll check these lines here in just a second and make sure that they're completely straight, but that is how I do it. And you can do it from the top or the bottom, it doesn't matter, but see, I can tell this one right here already just by looking in the camera. It's not completely straight. You want to get it like as straight as possible. I'm using you guys to make sure that my stuff is straight here. You want to get it as straight as possible, but I mean, like I said, if it's off just a tiny bit, it's not really going to hurt anything. It will make your little, little squares uneven though. So like I said, just as straight as you possibly can get it. Okay. Okay, I got my lines straight on there. So, and I did go ahead and add a couple of little pieces up here to even that out. Now you want to do your vertical lines. Now there are tools out there, and there are tricks you can do to draw straight, not vertical, horizontal, to draw your straight lines around the tumbler. I don't have any of those, but you can. I saw Jessica Flynn actually stack up like Legos or something and set her pencil on there and, you know, swirl her cup around, and then she'd stack another Lego and do the next one and stack another Lego and do the next one. I don't have any of that. So this is what I'm going to do. This is another trick you can do. Start at the top of your tumbler, and it doesn't matter where you start. You just want to make sure that your tape is even with that top, with your the top rim. So that will guarantee that your lines going around your tumbler are perfectly straight. So, and guys, I didn't mention, but this is going to be a little bit of a longer video because there's a lot of steps in doing these cups. They're super, super fun to do. But there are a lot of steps doing it. So you just want to make sure that you're getting that tape even with the top of your tumbler. And I'll give you a little trick here. That little piece that I have there, if you'll take that and just tuck it, that will give you something, that will give you a space to pull your tape off when it's time to take it off. So what I do is I go around, and then I will just start in the same place again, and I'll go around the line of that tumbler. And I do this all the way. I've got to lay this down, guys. I'm sorry. I do this all the way around the tumbler to where it's even with the tape that you just laid. And like I said, it's time consuming, so I will be like doing some, you know, I'll show you how to do it, and then I will get you off camera. But see, I'm going around the very top of that where I laid that first piece of tape. So tear that off and make our little pull tag. I call it a pull tag. But I'm going to do that all the way down the tumbler. So I'm going to get that done. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's my tumbler all wrapped. I did not do the bottom because we're okay with that one. So now what you're going to do, and guys, I told y'all this was tedious. If you have something, or you have something you can prop a pencil or something on to draw your lines, do that because it's easier than doing this. But that took me about maybe 3 or 4 minutes. So now what you're going to do is you're going to pull off every other piece of tape. So with this one's free, so we're going to pull off this one, this one, this one, and the top. So this is why I said the little pull tabs come in handy. And I overlapped it right there, so I'll have to cut that, which is not a big deal. But that's why I said it's so much easier if you have something you can draw the actual stripes on. Then, oh, I didn't overlap it. It just did its own little thing there. And it does waste a lot of tape doing it this way, so. So there's that one. We pulled that one off. So now we're going to pull off the next. We're going to skip one and pull off the next one. And then we'll skip this one and pull off the next one. And wrap around my finger. And then we'll skip this one and pull off the top one. So again, that's the easiest way for me. If you have, like I said, a way to draw those on, or you have a tool or something that helps you do that, there are places that sell the tools that do that. So there is our starting point. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some Mod Podge and some paint mixed up, and we're going to, y'all know how much I love Mod Podge, but we're going to use the Mod Podge to fill in all of these squares. So let me get that mixed up and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my Mod Podge and paint mixed up, and I just mixed up regular Mod Podge with some Apple Barrel, just a blue color that I had, because we just need a blue base on this. So, get my chair to go. My chair won't move. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to, I could actually probably just use regular Mod Podge on this one. Actually, I'm going to try it real quick. I know I'm going to have to use it for that second coat, but let me just try using regular Mod Podge real quick. I'm just going to dip my brush right into I got my big old jug. On this part, you're going to want to use a paintbrush that has either a straight surface like this, or one that has the, you know, the little edge. I pulled the one out that I had that had the little edge, and apparently I left it for too long. But you're going to want all of these areas, and this part you can be a little bit, actually I am going to use the blue. You can be a little bit messy or whatever on this part. It's not going to hurt anything. But on all these areas right here, you're going to use your darkest color. So we're going to use the blueberry field from PDB. So you're just going to go through and glitter. Yeah, see, we don't need the blue. I'm going to go ahead and use it, but you're going to glitter all these areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through, and I'm going to go ahead and just Mod Podge each one of these. And you want to make sure, especially if you're using any type of translucent glitter, there's no streaks in your Mod Podge. And also no little paintbrush hairs. Apparently my paintbrush is shedding. But you're going to fill in each one of these little squares with your darkest color. So we'll just go in, do this. This is the easy part. So there's my first little area right there, and I did go ahead and do the bottom. So I'll get all these areas done real quick, and I'll be right back and we'll move on to the next step. Okay guys, we have our all of our little squares glittered. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our regular white Mod Podge, and we are going to use it, and we're going to pull this tape off the tape that you put around the cup. We're going to pull it off very carefully. And don't think doing this technique that you're going to be able to save every bit of glitter. See? You're not going to be able to save every bit of glitter that you use. And I am going to have some glitter mixing down here on my mat, so y'all don't freak out on me. I know some people freak out whenever it's, oh, you're wasting glitter and blah, blah, blah. It's okay. Okay. Now that we have those taken off, this is what we've got left. You want to shake that excess off. If there's any glitter that gets in the white, just kind of brush it away. And then we are going to put our mixed glitter on each one of these cups. So this is going to be the glitter I have in the little cup. We're going to put it on each one of these squares. So I'm going to clean this up really quick because I don't want this Blueberry Fields to mix. And I will be right back. Okay, so this is where you need to start being a little bit careful. So you want to take your Mod Podge and you're going to do each one of these little squares, but you don't want to mix your glitter. So you just want to go butt up against that square. I hope you guys just saw that. I don't think you did. But you're just going to paint each one of these little squares, and you're just going to be very careful to like this. You want to get up against the square. You still want that Mod Podge as smooth as possible, but you also want you know, up against, hopefully, oh, let me scoot over here. You also want it up against that square. You just want to try not to get any Mod Podge where you've already glittered. So I've got a little napkin here, so if I get extra Mod Podge on my brush, I can brush it off. Then you take your mixed glitter. I'm going to try to do this easy because I only have a little bit of this mixed glitter. I don't have much. And I can't honestly tell you what all is in this mixture that I made. I know Blueberry Field is in it, and then there's a couple of other. So there's our mixture. So I will go around, I'll show you one more little square. Then I'm going to go around and do this one. And I'm not doing it on camera, guys, because and it's kind of a silly reason, but the editing software that I used to use for my videos crashed on me, and so I don't have really a way to edit videos. So if this one is quiet, y'all tell me. So we'll get that in there, and then get our little mixture. And there is some chunky in this mixture, so as I'm putting it on, I'm kind of smashing it down a little bit, the chunks. So that's what you do on all of the squares that are here now. So I'll go ahead and get all of these done, and then I'll be back and we'll move on to the next step. Okay. I got all of my little spaces covered with the mixture. And I do want to mention that I got Mod Podge on my phone. I do want to mention, I got Mod Podge everywhere. I was trying to get it off. Sorry. I do want to mention that the mixed color is the color you're going to use the most of. So make sure you mix enough to be able to use it, because we're going to use the mixed color again. If I can get my tape off. I shouldn't have stuck it inside the cup like that, but I did. Let me pull these out real quick. Okay, I got it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pull off these stripes here. And try really hard not to make a big fat mess. And we're going to use that mixed glitter again. So with this, you want to make sure again that you don't have any. And see right there where that, you can kind of tell, I don't know if you can tell here, but the stripe is a little bit crooked on one of these, but it'll be okay. I didn't expect this to be absolutely perfect, so we're going to go in with our white Mod Podge again, and in between the dark areas here, 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 and here, we're going to use that mixed glitter again. So what we're going to do is we're going to just Mod Podge, and I'm trying to make this where you guys can see, but you want to be super careful right here. You don't want your glitter to mix, or you don't want to get any glitter in this in the areas between the, this is the hardest part for me, in the areas between the mixed parts. So again, it's you just have to be really careful and really diligent to be super careful. And again, we're going in between the where your darkest glitter is. This is why I say use a brush with a straight edge on it. Because it makes it a little easier to get those straight lines. So, and again, try really hard not to let that, not to have that Mod Podge clump on you, because it, especially if you're using a like a lighter, a lot lighter glitter that you can see through, like this you can't really see through it, but I'll do it. I'm going to do a whole line for you guys right here. And I know this video is a little bit longer, but this is just, this cup is a tedious process. But if you can get through it and you can master it, this is the most beautiful Christmas cup. Because after you get this done, I mean, you can put a drip on it. You can put a decal on it. You can put a name on it. It's just, they're so beautiful, and it doesn't matter what color you use. You can use red and green if you're doing Christmas. You can do a orange and black if you're doing, you know, a Halloween type cup. I mean, they're just, they're really fun to do, and to me, they're really relaxing, because I can just sit here and concentrate. If you need an anxiety buster, you can just sit here and concentrate on what you're doing and not think about anything else that's going on in the world. And I know at this point, we kind of all want to forget about what's all going on in the world. It's not, kind of not a pretty place right now, but we make the best of it, right? And I'm also going to go right here in between because this is part of where the dark glitter sits. And the bottom for me is always the hardest part. Okay, so that's what it looks like, guys. So, I'm going to go through and do the rest of it, and then we'll come back and we will start on our very last glitter. Okay, so we've got all that done. This is what we're left with right here. So if you have any spots that maybe the line, like this one right here, maybe where the lines weren't so straight, you can just take a little Q-tip, and while this is still wet, just kind of straighten that out a little bit. I'm going to use, I said I was going to use actually, I'm going to use this. I'm just using my little silicone tool. So you can just kind of straighten that out a little bit. And then once it dries, you'll be okay. But just go around and fix any little areas where glitter got that you weren't real happy with. Like if you just totally mishanded something. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm actually going to let this dry, because you don't have to let it dry. I'm doing it because I don't want any of this glitter to mix with this magnolia blossom. I want it to be, the rest of it to be magnolia blossom. So I'm going to actually let this dry. And I saw a little spot that I missed there. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm just going to kind of tap all this glitter off, take a little brush and just brush what's left off. I don't want to do it while it's wet because it'll brush off the glitter. So you, like I said, you don't have to let this dry if you don't want to. You can go ahead in with your white glitter if you have an easy enough hand to brush off, you know, these little squares. I don't. So I'm going to let it dry. Then I will be back and we'll go ahead and do the white, and then that'll be done. All we'll have left to do, I'm not going to show you the striping and all that. You stripe it however you want. I will show you the final product when it's done, but I just wanted to basically come on and show you how to glitter it. So I'm not going to show you the striping and all that stuff because you guys have seen me do that a million times. Striping's not hard. You can do it however you want to do it. But once this is dry, we'll come back in and I'll show you the little white pieces. You're going to do exactly the same thing. You're just going to get your brush and your Mod Podge. Be very careful and put your white on there. But after this dries, I will come back and we'll get to the rest, and then we should be done. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, guys, it is it's pretty much almost dry. So I am just brushing. I'm just taking a little paintbrush that I've got here, and I'm just brushing off all of this excess glitter in these little white boxes here. And the cool thing with Mod Podge is if you have any that sticks in the white boxes, you can just scrape it off easily. Scrape it off easily because you will scratch the paint. And I did go ahead and finish I did the bottom. I wish I would have come up with the dark, but I didn't. And I may go back over that real quick and put dark there, but... So once you get all the blue glitter off of the little squares, And again, this is probably the part where you want to be the most careful, because you, like I said, you don't want any of that, you don't want any of that blue paint mixing in with your white. So let me get some Mod Podge here. And when I use my Mod Podge, I just take it and I pour a little bit into the lid. You know, there's always a little bit in the lid anyway, but that way it keeps me from wasting a cup or whatever. So, I did wash mine. I'm using the same paintbrush. I did go wash it off while this dried. But, excuse me, right here, you just want to be super, super careful. So, I'm just going to, the same thing that I've been doing, just a little more carefully. And I'm just kind of butting up my, yeah, I know y'all can't see that, but I'm butting up, I'll show you this way. I'm butting up my paintbrush to the glitter and just kind of going around. And then we'll take our white, or a magnolia blossom, or if you want to use white, it doesn't matter. Whatever color you're using, your lightest color. And I'm just being super careful. And again, you can, I mean, when you're done, you can touch this up if you need to. If you see a spot that you missed or whatever. And I'm going to go ahead and put my Mod Podge on all of the little squares, and then I'll put the glitter on. I know it's really hard to see what I'm doing, but you guys get the gist of it. It's not hard. Like I said, this last part's just kind of tedious, just because you have to be so super careful. When you're done with this, when you're done putting on all of your lighter color and doing your touch-ups or whatever you want to do, you will spray this and seal it. I'm going to seal mine probably 3 times with Rust-Oleum Clear. There's our white. So that's what we're going to have on the whole cup. So I'm going to do one more line with you guys, just because this is the, like I said, this is the most tedious part. But you're going to spray this with Rust-Oleum Clear or whatever you seal your glitter with. I have some adhesive apothecary sealer, but I've only used it once and I don't trust myself yet with it. So I'm just going to spray mine with Rust-Oleum Clear, but you can use any kind of sealer. To seal your glitter in. You just want to make sure when you epoxy it that glitter does not move. So and this is easier to do once the Mod Podge, or once your other glitter is dry, the Mod Podge and everything is dry. So There's our two stripes. So I'll go around and go ahead and get this done. I'm going to seal it, like I said, probably 3 times. I'll spray it once with clear, let it dry, spray it again with clear, let it dry, spray it again with clear, let it completely dry. Then I will go in with epoxy. So I already see a little spot that I missed, right? Or not that I missed, but that got knocked off right there. So I'll fix that. But then I'll go seal it and get some epoxy on it. And I will show you guys the final product after it's epoxied. Again, your stripes can be however you want to do the stripes, whatever color you want to do the stripes, doesn't matter. But I wanted to at least show you guys the gist of doing the plaid, and I'm super excited that I have tried this probably for the last 3 years and been unsuccessful. And see, it took me doing a tutorial for y'all to get it right. So I'm super excited I finally got one right. So I'll go ahead and get this done, and I will show you guys the final result in the end. And I hope you guys try this. It's so much fun. And like I said, if you have anxiety, if you're stressed out because it's the holidays, whatever, this is an amazing technique to do, because you just sit here and you just paint Mod Podge and you play in glitter, and it's very relaxing. Again, it's tedious, but it's so relaxing, and your final result is so worth it. It is so worth it. So you guys let me know if you've tried this, if you've succeeded, if you've failed, what you think. What do you think? Just let me know in the comments below. And again, guys, there are some discount codes for you guys for PDB and Stainless Depot down below. So you guys take advantage of those. Everybody needs to save money right now. So absolutely, that's why I put those down there for y'all. So I will finish this one real quick, and I'm going to show you this last stripe, and then I'll show you the final product once it's done. So very important step. Just don't forget to seal it. Before you put your epoxy on. I know had an itchy nose. So I've got one more to do, and then I will be back and show you the final product. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, guys, here we are. We are on our final coat of epoxy. So I'm showing you from this direction because my ring light will get in the way. And I do want to tell you guys the way I did the vinyl striping. And I again, this is the first time I've done this, so I didn't know. But I did like that first ring, and then the third one, and then the fifth one, and then the one down at the bottom. And then I put on the blue stripes from the top to the bottom. And then I did the rest of the rings around, just to kind of give it that in and out look. So I don't know if you can see it real well without, let me see if I can cover up that glare, but that's our final coat of epoxy. So it turned out, I mean, it turned out okay. I'll probably try it again, but you don't get good at something unless you keep doing it over and over and perfecting it, right? So, but thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining me and letting me experiment with you guys and learn with you guys. It's so much fun. I will see you next time. It'll be probably a week after tomorrow's Thanksgiving. So it'll probably be about a week after Thanksgiving. So I will see you then. And y'all have a good Thanksgiving. Bye.